Good evening and welcome to Cafe Lena. Thanks for watching this live stream production from Saratoga Springs, New York. These live streams are made possible by the generous support of the Sarah B. Folk Charitable Fund and by our community of subscribers. Special thanks to our Virtuoso level subscribers and lifetime Cafe Lena members. By buying a ticket for this performance, you're supporting independent music and the mission of our historic nonprofit venue. Enjoy your front row seats for this show, live from Cafe Lena.
This one? That's my chair. That can't be. Can't have that. How's that? Huh? All right, well, we don't need perfection. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Thank you. Much better. Good evening, everybody. Woo! All right. Sorry to make you stand there, Sydney. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm going to start with my back to all of you because the piano's here, so I want to utilize that to play my first song for you, and then I'll join the rest of these lovely ladies up front. We don't always get the piano here, so it's here. I figure I'll use it. This first song that I'm going to do, first of all, welcome to Lena Go Round. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Just wanted to get you to clap so I can have water. I've had way too much coffee today. I'm getting all dry. All right, so such an amazing lineup tonight. I'm so excited. We're going to talk a little bit about that first. This first song that I'm going to do, I've only done it a couple other times. I'm trying to do new stuff every time so that the people that come every single time are not sitting through the same things. Like, who has been here before? Right? Awesome. Thank you. For those of you that this is your first time, welcome. Thank you. I hope that you will come back and spend some time with us. We're really enjoying this series, and thank you for your support with it. I kind of went through a writer's block for a few years, and last summer I went to, we'll call it a retreat, because I felt weird being 45 and calling it camp. But it was a retreat with Richard Thompson, who is, yeah, right? I didn't get arrested. I kept my distance. I was well behaved for the most part. But I had a moment where I just went and sat at his table at lunch and just had a 10-minute conversation with him. I took a chance. And I told him about how I had a writer's block and how I thought it might be a combination of me getting sober and me falling in love, because I used to write these songs from a really dark place. And he at first said, you know, you can still write about those things. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want to go back there, though. Like, I kind of like where I am right now. And he goes, okay. And he goes, you don't have to write about you. And my head almost like spun off. I was like, I don't even understand that concept, but I'll try, sure. And a couple days later, I penned this song. So this is not autobiographical. This is a song about a woman whose man is carrying on some extracurricular activities, and she doesn't care. And so she's kind of like, you know, basically like once they find out that I know, it's going to get really boring for y'all. So this song is called Tell Her I Know. first man to come around. This ain't the circus, babe. I don't need a clown. You think that you're clever, you think I'm naive, but neither is true, no matter what you believe. She runs when I am coming, so I know she's not your friend. She wants what she can't have, babe, so I know how it's gonna end. When you tell her I know, tell her it's all part of the show. Tell her I'm fine, she wins this time. Tell her I'll go, tell her I won't put up a fight, 'cause once she can see what you told me to me, it'll be over. Tell him I know. It needs a drama, babe. You've lost its queen. Oh, you're left wearing his crown without a shame. Don't think that you won, babe. You ain't no prize. If you could see through somebody else's eyes. She runs when I am coming, so I know she's not your friend. She wants what she can't have, babe, so I know how it's gonna end. When you tell her I know, tell her it's all part of the show. Tell her I'm fine, she wins this time. Tell her I'll go, tell her I won't put up a fight, 'cause once she can see what you told me to me, it'll be over. Tell him I know. She runs when I am coming, so I know she's not your friend. She wants what she can't have, babe, so I know how it's gonna end. When you tell her I know, tell her it's all part of the show. Tell her I'm fine, she wins this time. Tell her I'll go, tell her I won't put up a fight, 'cause once she can see what you told me to me, it'll be tell her I know. Tell her I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. So our first lovely lady up tonight is Sydney Worthley. We're kind of, I always pick a random order. In this case, I feel like it inadvertently, I just realized when I had my back to everybody when I should have been focused on the lyrics. It's almost in order of how long I've known them. And so Sydney is a new friend to me. We had only ever really played one show together, which was something called Dad Fest.
We're the best dads ever.
The best dads ever, really. And they told us they booked us and then told us after the fact that they wanted us to play classic rock. And we're like, cool, okay. So we had a good time, but it was like, hey, we ended up, I think we had like a couple of songs in common, but we were just like, fuck it, we're here,
By that point, everybody didn't remember.
Yeah, it was like, so you're going to hear American Girl a couple of times. We both do a very different version of it. But then I started to listen to more of her original stuff, and then my favorite part when I put this together is when I start to get like the video and the audio, and I really like sit and listen while I'm editing stuff together. And she's just such a beautiful songwriter, and I'm glad to know her on this level now too, and you're really going to enjoy her. So give a nice big round of applause to Sydney Worthley, everybody.
Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. So on the note of not being autobiographical, during the pandemic when everything was shut down, I was like, I don't have anything going on in my life to pull from. So I was like, oh, I guess I don't have to write about myself? What a crazy concept. Weird. Not everything's about me? That's crazy. So, yeah. So this is the one song that's not about me. And I wrote it about these two grown-up people that were finding their way back to each other after having like a relationship when they were 14. So it was something that shouldn't have lasted, but they were trying to rekindle it. And this one's called Anaheim. Did you think I'd ever love again? Felt alone with tattoos in a one-room apartment. I was a part of your wild imagination. Or are you wondering where my lonely heart went? I've got your number locked in my phone. That's the only reason I didn't throw it down the riverside. Now your kiss is printed in my bones. The rest of my skeleton is in my closet with my pride. Did you think I'd take you for granted this time? Baby, I'm not 14 years old anymore. I left my foolish notions at my parents' house in Anaheim. I hid my letters I wrote for you under my own bedroom floor. I've got your number locked in my phone. That's the only reason I didn't throw it down the riverside. Now your kiss is printed in my bones. The rest of my skeleton is in my closet with my bride. I have you dialed. I'm sitting on the curb at a rest stop between where you are and my old life in the suburbs. I want you to remember, if I ever made you feel something worth reliving, or just reminisce like a dusty film reel. I used to be reckless, like I would perish at 17. I didn't disappear or leave a mark like I had foreseen. Now I'm a patient to time, a life support. I'm leaving a voicemail to the only love I was willing to hurt, wanting you to absolve me, like I could justify that. But I promise you now, if you give me the green light, I'll be on your doormat tonight. I know it was the wrong place and the wrong time, but if you give me the green light, I'll leave everything behind. I know you would have died for me, but I'm ready this time. Ooh. I'll leave everything behind. Thank you.
So a few years ago, coming out of the part of the pandemic which kept us all home from playing and stuff, I decided right before wedding season to fire my whole band. And I had to regroup pretty quickly, and I was given some suggestions for people. And one of the guitar players that I found, I went to watch some of the videos and immediately was like, yes, absolutely, great guitar player. But in some of those videos, there was this young woman singing along with him. And I was just immediately blown away by her voice and was like, as long as, you know, she can share you, I guess we can work on this. And since then, I've gotten to know Natalie so much more and watch her like work on her first EP, which she released just last fall with her group called Little Saints.
Woo! All right.
And I also had them open for me last year here at Cafe Lena. Sorry. No, I touched your guitar. You should be sorry. And had them open for me at Cafe Lena, and we all had a little rehearsal. We still share some band mates from time to time, and so we had a little rehearsal, and they were warming up, and I almost changed my mind about having them open for me because of how great it sounded, and I know you're going to love her as well. So please give a nice big round of applause to Natalie Santini.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, that was really nice. I'm really happy to know you. I was telling Rosanne earlier that I was like, well, I stay in my house a lot, and if it wasn't for Erin, I probably would still be there. And I was like, well, she's kind of the one that like pulls me into like these bigger shows, and I was like, at some point I need to start doing it myself. I need to start, or pay her to be my agent or something.
We can talk.
I don't know if I can afford you. So this first song is a new song that I just wrote recently. It is called Harvest, and it is in the perspective of a plant. So it's kind of about how sometimes people kind of like pick and choose, and it's like picking and choosing from a garden, like what they want out of you, and they take pieces with them. And then it's also like on the other side, kind of about being too rooted. Like I said, I stay at home a lot, and at some point I need to either pick myself out or have somebody yank me out of the ground or something, because I need to get out there. Hold on. Coming now while the leaves are green. No ideas, no more listening to reason. Brand new blooms in a bountiful season. You come around and start picking and preening. Oh, love, when did I become the garden you pull from? Nothing to plan, only trying to pick some of mine. The sun can't rain its rays upon me. I'm rooted deep, but the shades where I'll be. I can't reach all its energy, lose myself accidentally. Out of my way, I've taken all of my time. Cultivated, don't wait till it's suffocated. The leaves are yellow and they're turning brown. Nothing stays, nothing's always around to hold. The web we weave will keep us connected, alert us to when danger's detected. It takes more than being alone. Gather the light and take all you can to grow. The sun can rain its rays upon me. I'm rooted deep with the shades where I'll be. I can't reach all its energy, lose myself accidentally. Out of my way, I have taken all of my time. Cultivated, don't wait till it's suffocated. Ooh, the hardest weather in September makes the hardiest harvest. Now I can see the sun for myself. I'm rooted deep, but that's not where I want to be. Pick me up and take me out, then you can feed on the energy I had in me. Gone through this season and I've made it through the hardest harvest I'll ever do.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Stunning. Yeah.
That was great. That definitely took some like twists and turns that I wasn't anticipating, which I appreciate. It's like you think you know where it's going. I'm like, oh, nope, she did it again. So nice. I love that, the whole idea of sharing new music here too. So thank you very much for that. The reason why I mentioned earlier that we're going in order of how long I've known them is so that Sydney and Natalie don't feel bad for how much I'm about to gush over our next performer.
Thank you.
She deserves all the gushing.
No, it's all the
Rascals. Rascals. She called me a rascal earlier, and I could have sworn it was asshole, but I know her too well. I was walking away. I was like, did she just? I'm like, no, it's Rosanne. She would. If anybody could get her to swear, it would probably be me. But I don't want that challenge. But I've known Rosanne for such a wonderfully long time, and I don't get to see her nearly as often as I'd like. Which I don't know, like it's so much more special. Like the way we hugged in the street, like I could have wept. It was just so nice to see her. We saw each other a few years ago at a spa of all places. Well, like we were getting pedicures, and we just looked across. We're like, ah! Like splashing water because we couldn't hug. But when I first came to the Capital Region in like 2000, I was very lucky to have been kind of embraced by many of the musicians in the scene at the time, namely, rest in peace, Mother Judge, Caroline, who was just so great and welcoming to me and to a lot of other young musicians, female, without ever anything in return. She was just like, come, let's play, let's do this. And she was amazing for that. And through her, I got to meet such wonderful people like, Brian Thomas, and Patty Kilrain, and of course, Rosanne. And it was just always it was a really wonderful time to be a musician in the area. There was such a lively scene down in Albany. And there was just something really great about ending up in the same room, whether or not we were all playing or we were just there to support one another. Yeah. But it felt really good to have been so accepted into that group. And there's nobody more warm and inviting than this woman right here. I mean, she's like a walking ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
I really I want so badly to believe that it's a big phony facade, because I don't normally gravitate towards that much wonderful soft kindness like this, but I
love you so.
She was one of the first people that I asked, and after a few months, we finally found time where she could come and be part of this, and I'm so excited to have her. And please give a nice big round of applause to Rosanne Raneri.
To you, that means so much. it's true. I still feel buoyed up and empowered by all the memories we made years ago. Being with each other, being in each other's company, sharing music. I'd love to do a song that is inspired by getting to share the stage with these three and remembering how thrilling it was to be starting out and making music and having the experience of being at the most loving, welcoming, generous places like Cafe Lena. And, you know, they're transforming my feelings about what was possible. So this is called, and fingers crossed, Frantic and Weightless.
See the narrow bridge, can almost feel the hands that pressed the stones together. They belong to the faces that we have buried in time. They belong to the workers whose lives got lost inside. I ride across the narrow bridge, feeling frantic and weightless. I reach down to touch this earth, this ground, this dust, this dirt that I've walked over. I touch the breath of someone next to me on the train when I raise my hand to grab a hold of the handle of the chain. I ride across the narrow bridge, feeling frantic and weightless. Fragile as your consciousness above my head. Hold it into the sun, watch it burn through the shadows of my fingers. Yeah, I thought that I could fly, at least in my own mind. But I've grown afraid of a too open space, not filled up by humankind. I ride across this narrow bridge, feeling frantic and weightless. Ooh, won't you let me go? Feeling frantic and weightless. I ride across the narrow bridge, feeling frantic fading away. Let's love. Thank you. Thank you much.
Well, I picked the order, so I kind of screwed myself here.
No.
Let's just, completely tank the show right now by letting you know I'm doing a song that I literally just finished writing. Yay! Oh, thank you. Foolish, silly people that just cheered for that. Did I not, yeah, I literally went in the bathroom and finally got the chorus down.
It sounded great.
Thank you.
It sounded amazing.
I haven't paid you yet, so. She's very sweet. They're all honestly, so sweet backstage. I've been, Sydney said, well, when did you start working on this? And I was like, Thursday. And then Friday I played at the casino, and Saturday I stayed up all night Friday to get an early morning flight to Boise, and I got back at about 2 a.m. And so that's why I finished the song in the bathroom 5 minutes before we came on stage. So just to catch y'all up on my schedule the past couple of days. It's a bit heavy, but I'll make a really stupid joke after to lighten the mood. So if you guys could just humor me for this one song. My last song will be a complete farce, and we will all laugh. It's ridiculous and stupid, and you'll love it. But this one, April is Sexual Assault Victims Awareness Month. I always get all tongue-tied when I say it, and my good friend Jolyn does a lot of work in that community, and we've done some great events together. And because of those events, I was inspired to finally share my story of something that happened to me about 20 years ago. And last week when I performed at the event, I was like, technically, if I'm singing the song, then it's about that. But it's I wanted to really kind of write something in a way of just letting it all go. And so I sat and started working on this one. And, and the best thing about a brand new song is that you've never heard it. So if I completely mess it up, which I will, you won't know. But I'm not normally nervous up here. I did have too much coffee, but it's not that. So bear with me. It's I don't even really have a title for it yet. And Natalie and I were joking around because I came up with this progression that I'm sure is going to make my guitar player cringe because they're not real chords. And I don't know, when we all go to play it as a band, I won't know what to tell them. I'll just be listen to it and figure it out, which is what I usually tell them. Woo! All right, selling it. Thank you very much for coming to my show. All right. And I may have to stop and scroll because I just. Will you? Right here. Are you sure? Yeah, of course. She's the one of the night. Are you trying to compete with Rosanne for being one of the nicest people?
I might be.
All right.
I need to work my way up.
All right. Well,
I've only known you for so long.
You're doing very well. I mean, between this and Dad Fest, I mean, let's not go crazy. I think I'll be okay, but I'll nod if I need you to.
Okay, cool.
I think I did the chorus enough that I might be able to remember it. You said no one would ever love me like you do. I'm going to start that one over because that sounds like shit. Hold on. You said no one would ever love me like you do. God, I hope that's true. That was long before I ever really knew love could be. For you tried to steal that away from me, and you to me, you lied for me, died for me. I can't believe I was ever me to be so impressed with you, lest you be dangerously coming after me, and
not in a whimsical way, fully on the playground where no one wants to play. Take your balls and go home, you'll have nothing more of mine. You couldn't get my heart or even my sleeve or even my time. And you said, ooh, see me, you lie for me, die for me. I can't believe that was ever me to be so impressed with you, lest you've been dangerously coming after me, but you won't be. You won't find me. I can't believe that was ever me. You lost me, but you lied for me, but didn't die for me. I'm still waiting.
Thank you so much.
May this be the last thing I ever write for you. You can't hurt me anymore unless I let you. But you see me, you lie for me, die for me. I can't believe that was ever me to be impressed with you, lest you'll be dangerously coming after me. And you won't be, 'cause you won't see. I can't believe that was ever me. And you lost me when you lied for me, died for me. I can't believe that was ever me. But you lost me. You lied to me, but didn't die for me. I'm still waiting.
Oh, yeah, Erin. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. I think that's how it goes.
Sounded right to
All
me.
right. Oh, fuck it. It was perfect. It's exactly how I wrote it in the bathroom. Thank you very much, everybody.
That was incredible.
Yeah. Thank you. We did have a working title in the back room, and I apologize for anybody who's really sensitive, but it was going to be called Die Motherfucker. I like it. I can just put a star where the U is when I have the album. I mean, who prints shit anymore anyway? But that was for my friend Jolyn. So thank you very much to her and to everybody for indulging me for that. Sydney Worthley, everybody. Woo!
This next one I wrote a couple years ago. This is probably the only song where I wrote, and after I was finished with it, I was like, is that too much? Should I let people hear this? Might be a little bit too vulnerable. And then it was very well received, and which is just so kind, especially when it's something so vulnerable. And it's like my friend TJ, he's like, this is my favorite song of yours. This reminds me of Boy Genius, Phoebe Bridgers, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, you need to stop. You need to stop complimenting me. I can't take it. But this is a song about really having your guard up, and when you think that you decided on the right person, letting it down, and then just getting absolutely clobbered, basically. So don't feel too bad for me. It's pretty mean.
Making wishes, the mall fountain, throwing pennies, but I lost count when I remember our first date here. I was 16, now you're my every tear. Maybe I think everyone's out to get me, but I know for sure that you loved me the worst. Maybe I wish I didn't burn down my brick walls, put them all up just for you to shut me down.
and I feel like the bad guy for you ruining my life. But for us, that's just typical. I wish I knew you when you were little, could explain why you're a kid still. Throw a tantrum, pick up the glass shards for you to grab on and stab me in the heart. Maybe you think everyone's out to get me, but I know for sure that you loved me the worst. I wish I didn't burn down our haunted house. You lived in the attic, for sale signs in the yard now. How can I forgive you when I can't even forget you? You'd wish I just let it go, and I feel like the bad guy for you ruining my life. But for us, oh for us, for us. Your blood stain on the carpet, a scar's hard, and I can't stop it from spreading around the living room. A heart-shaped mess signed by you, heart-shaped mess signed by you, heart-shaped mess signed by you. How can I forgive you when I can't even forget you? You'd wish I just let you go, and I feel like the bad guy for you fucking up my life. But for us, oh for us, oh for us, that's just typical. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Did you have a line where you said, "Love me the worst"?
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I love it.
Thank you.
That was great.
This is all about, right?
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. The song is the first song I ever released, which is amazing. But it was also the first song that Erin made me believe in myself with. I opened for her at, well, I guess it was probably before that. She was just like, "This is a good song. I need you to record this." And I was like, okay.
It's a really good song.
Yeah. Awesome.
It got stuck in my head immediately, so yes.
Yeah, it's called Birthday Party, and I always try to make a joke, and it never lands. And it's like, because it's not funny. It's, I'm like, oh, it's about like wanting attention on your birthday. And I always like expect people to laugh after that, and nobody does. And I'm like, that makes sense. So
It's not funny. We should all get attention on our birthday, especially mine.
well, birthday month.
Yeah.
So what it is actually about, I mean, it's about being alone on your birthday, and that's obviously more sad. But I love the phrase "girl bossed too close to the sun," where like I was like protecting myself and like putting walls up and being like, I need to be alone. I need to just be by myself and heal. And then now I'm like, I have nobody. I am alone. I have my cat. I don't want to leave the house. This is like the first time I've left the house besides work. Now, this isn't like a pity party, but it's just like a weird thing that I did to myself. But I'm sure you could imagine what my sign is. If anybody knows by the end. I'm sure you'll figure it out. This is a birthday party.
Smelled your cigarettes and your hesitation. I didn't stay with that song playing on the radio station. Time's flying by like it's got some place to be. Recorded online like I'm gonna go back and read. No one's seeing me, no one's hearing me, but no one's got that kind of energy for free. But really, you've been at my party all along, and I sat here by myself and not knowing where I belong. 'Cause I'm 16 hours knowing that great desire, that fire burning where you see a smile. And I want some more than this floating stone, so I won't let the moon go and leave me alone. Bargained on the pace, lost your time and attention, reaching out for someone's hand that I could depend on. The sun's beating down, making it one dry July, but it doesn't stop the water taking space inside my eyes. I looked out to the sky for some communication. Seems like the guides are selling me out for a vacation. Now I'm cursed with no compass or county. High now, not being brave on my anniversary. No one's seeing me, no one's hearing me, but no one's got that kind of energy for free. But really, you've been at my party all along, and I sat here by myself and not knowing where I belong. 'Cause I'm 16 hours knowing that great desire, that fire burning where you see a smile. And I want some more than this floating stone, so I won't let the moon go and leave me alone. 'Cause I want some more than this floating stone, so I'm howling to leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Oh, damn, Natalie, damn! Woo! Damn! And I believe you have some of those out in the lobby, don't you, miss?
Sure do. Have some CDs out there.
Weird!
Thanks, Erin. She's always there for me.
Woo!
I'm a Cancer, by the way. So that didn't come across.
Almost there.
Don't you just love her face?
You make me feel so special.
Your eyes are twinkling while you're tuning.
Oh,
I'm obsessed.
You. Erin, thank you so much. I love it. I love you. I love you all. Thank you. For those of you watching, I love you. Thank you. Come. My house is open. I live in a little cabin east of Troy. Come, stay with us. I'll cook.
Be very careful.
The guy. My partner Jason's been talking about wanting to create. We have a part of our property that drops off into a beautiful, gentle little hill, and he wants to turn it into a hobbit home, and like an Airbnb hobbit home, and that's our jam. We are. That's right. But I love being a nerd. You know, but I was thinking that, getting prepared for tonight. And thank you for the comment about my eye. I just love you. My eyes, because I had to remember how to put on makeup. I'm thinking, I'll get, and just the things that you do. Brian, I was thinking too. Oh, hi, you. You rascal. Thinking, Brian and I recently, it was an extreme pleasure too, getting to do a show in the fall, and I heard myself, saying things out loud, like you're thinking about things like, what underwear will I be wearing tonight as I play? And I realize I'm, for my third bathroom trip before coming out, make sure, just peeing before you get to the stage, that I have underwear on that they have a big hole in the side. But I thought, and at first I thought, I'm not sure is that going to affect me tonight? And then I realized it made me feel kind of like a rebel. Like, oh, I have a hole in my underwear, and I'm a rock star. That's what's going on.
Just when you think you know somebody.
I should get a T-shirt that warns people TMI all the time, day and night. I say that to my students too. I work at Hudson Valley. I teach theater. You'd never know, right? I know. I'm a ham from way back, my poor parents. But we have this saying, our saying for Hudson Valley's theater program is, we go there. I'm going to have those T-shirts made. We go there. But, yeah, I feel as I've gotten older that this pendulum swings in both directions, that sometimes I can feel very shy and timid and self-conscious. And then other days, I feel like I've got a wild hair a mile long. And I never know. It's like, how it's going to manifest itself. It's like, what shenanigans am I going to get up to? But I remember in my younger days having the chutzpah to be able to just go up to people and say, I have a crush on you. And how delicious those moments felt, like just the wild abandon of. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm sorry what I've just done to that person. Oh, Rosanne, what does that mean? That's all right, I'll keep a safe distance, but just so you know. And this song was one of those moments of, I've got a crush on you. This is called So Does the Sea. Turn on mic. Sorry about that, Joe. Better? Milkweed and rice paper veils, red silhouette because my lantern's been lit, and I am lost out in the fields. The marks I make in the mud are seldom whole.
There's a whiskey-steeled soldier that I know. The drinks and the dancing make up his mind. And when he makes me the soft part of his speech, the sun bleeds past its edge, and so does the sea, the sea. So does the sea, so does the sea. It's been waiting like you or me when we've been cast out to be retrieved. I dreamt that everything stops here at my door, like my heart left open for years at a time. And when I step forward, you fill in behind. Whatever you offer, I won't refuse, refuse. I won't refuse. I won't refuse. If you held up the setting sun like a ring of fire, one last thing to get through. There's a whiskey-steeled soldier that I know. The drinks and the dancing always make up his mind. And when he makes me the soft part of his speech, the sun bleeds past its edge, and so does the sea, the sea. So does the sea, so does the sea. It's been waiting like you and me when we've been cast out, oh, to be to be retrieved. Thank you.
Where in Troy? I could be a hobbit.
Oh, yes, please.
All right.
I'm going to share some directions after the show.
Woo-hoo! My husband will understand. He'll be like, all right.
We could share you.
Oh, boy. Honey, are you watching? He's not. So I said that I would end with a light one, and that's what I'm going to do. This song I wrote well before I got sober, and I wrote it. It started to be inspired by finding myself in a bar around 9 a.m., which was not like, oh, whoa, what am I doing here? I was like, no, that tracks. Like, I mean, it was just kind of very common, you know, either up from the night before or starting my day. And in this case, I was taking my then, whatever you want to call him, to the airport, and he had to have at least, 7 or 8 before he flew. And so we went to Paulie's Hotel in Albany, which is gone through many changes over the years, but the Paulies that I remember from the early aughties was like the bartenders wore the white shirts and ties, and they didn't card me, you know, so it was the best place in the world to be, just because of those two things. It was one of the very first places that I ever played in Albany when I first came here, and so fond and also like, wow, like looking back on this, but I started to write this song about these ridiculous things and didn't even get the irony at the time of how ridiculous it really was. And there's actually a part in the song where maybe it was premeditative or something, but I talk about going to rehab in the song, which I was not anywhere near doing anything like that yet. So it's like, you know, tongue in cheek. But I also wrote this because I really wanted like some sort of like crowd participation song, which again, I must have been really drunk because I never encouraged that kind of thing. But I would say, I would get to a part of the chorus where I would say, I said, by a show of hands, and all I got was glasses in the air. So if you're feeling inclined and you have a beverage and you want to go, woo, when I get to that part, it'd be cool, all right? Do it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, there, see? Yeah, soda. That soda was violent backstage. I loved it. We got all excited with the soda. Also, before I start, I just, you know, obviously a big round of applause to Joe on sound.
Yeah.
Does such a brilliant job every month. And this song is called Paulie's Hotel. Watched a woman give a man a haircut in a bar. Wondered who'd been drinking more. He left a clump full of hair on his head and 2 more on the floor. She wore a cowboy hat and iron, just assuming to cover up a bad cut of her own. He stood there laughing with the people that he came in with, forgetting that he had come alone. Did I mention it was 9 in the morning? Is that how you start your day, or how you end the one before? I'm not judging, I'm merely fascinated. Though my guest was educated, I just wanted to be sure. Tell me everybody by a show of hands, and all I got was glasses in the air. Yay! Their reaction only fed to my distractions. I never ever wondered what the hell I was doing there. Great job, guys. Because most of it's non-alcoholic, right? Yeah, like I can do this. I watched a woman with a long neck bottle and a longer running tab. All pun intended, cause when it's time to pay up, she says, catch me if you can. Johnny here knows Jesus on a first name basis, says that he's a friend of mine. I think you two should meet. She's gonna tip you with the same bus token that they gave her at the clinic down the street. Did I mention it was 2 in the afternoon? Is it safe to assume that we're all working nights? I'm not judging, I'm merely fascinated. Though my guest was educated, I just wanted to be right. Tell me everybody by a show of hands, and all I got was glasses in the air. Their reaction only fed to my distraction. I never ever wondered what the hell I was doing there. I'm such a simple person, aren't I? Just having people do what I say is like, yay! I don't get that at home. Thank you. Best thing about Ricky's that he always tries to trick me. Wants a cab home to an address he never can remember. By the process of extreme elimination and some inebriation, we just might go home together. That man down there says he stays in a relationship to make sure that he's always getting laid. It's
funny you should mention it. The only reason that I stand here is not because you're interesting, but because I'm getting paid. Did I mention it was 4 in the morning? Should I take it as a warning or have fun with the mistakes? I'm not judging, I'm merely fascinated. Though my guest was educated, it was my chance to take. You ask everybody by a show of hands, and all you've got is glasses in the air. Yeah. Their reaction only fed to my distraction. I never ever wondered what the hell I was doing there. Shot a man in Syracuse in 1983 after a drug deal gone bad. Next up to building the Great Wall of China sounds to me like the best time that you never had. The man down there just sipping on his soda, doesn't drink for a living, but they look at him as strange. When you ask him what he wants in his Coke, he says a lime, no joke, maybe a lemon for a change. Did I mention when I finished my rehab, I didn't know what to think? It seems that my friends weren't my friends anymore, and that's alright with me, they were only ever good for a drink. You ask everybody by a show of hands, and all you've got is glasses in the air. Woo! Thank you, that was the last time. Their reaction couldn't stop my distraction. I got up and I got the hell out of there. Woo! Oh! Thank you very much. Yeah.
You guys are all so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're all cool. Do you see like the light? Like I feel like I'm levitating right now. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. That's the thing that I love most about this is that like some people are meeting for the first time and some people have played together before, but either way, like there's a genuine like awe amongst the musicians and stuff, which is a beautiful thing to be a part of, I think, and I'm very lucky to have the opportunity to play with these people, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you.
So this song is called How Soon Is Now. When I got out of a very long-term relationship, it's about the same one as the last time, so it went really well. God, I'm saying too much. I need to stop.
The word of the night is what, Rosanne?
Yes. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm in safe company.
Yeah,
Thank
indeed.
you. And when I got out of it, people were like, oh, thank God. Thank God. And then I told friends, they were like, now you have freedom. Like, now it's going to be so great. It was like right before the summer. They're like, hot girl summer. They're like, it's going to be so awesome now. I was like, and of course, I was like, okay, great. And I was like, well, how soon is now? Can we like speed up the process a little bit? Like, can I get it over with? So it's called How Soon Is Now. Terrible timing, your driveway sees me crying just about every time I see you now. This pain is a sign that I'm still alive, and I guess that's better somehow. Take me to prom, take me to my lowest point. Take me to prom, take me to my lowest point. My nerves are shot from this feeling, and it's trying to find the meaning. They said now this life will feel like freewheeling, but how soon is now? Fatal attraction ends in dissatisfaction. Why do I cut my heart off just to survive? This pain is a high, I guess I'm still alive. If there's a beating heart, there's a will to thrive. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me to the loneliest heart I've ever known. My nerves are shot from this feeling, and I'm still trying to find the meaning. They said now this life will feel like freewheeling, but how soon is now? I'm learning self-love by hating you instead. Can't help but think of why I'm digging up the dead. Said I'm letting you heal now, but how soon is now? My nerves are shot from this feeling, and I'm still trying to find the meaning. They said now this life will feel like freewheeling, but how soon is now? Oh, how soon is now? Oh, how soon is now?
Sydney.
Thank you so much.
Stunning.
And Sydney, where can the folks find your music?
You can find me on all like social media platforms, Sydney Worthley or Sydney Worthley Music. I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, the whole shebang.
Great.
And I'll also be at UPH May 17th, opening for Jocelyn and Chris Arndt. So
Woo!
you do not want to miss that. They're awesome.
May 17th?
May 17th.
Awesome.
This, I like you said, like I feel, I get so nervous. I feel very unconfident talking in front of crowds, especially about my songs. I do not have the vulnerable bone in my body, but this has been really nice. As soon as we met everybody, it was just like instant connection. Like everybody was just so open to being like. I think that was probably just like us. It's like the common anxiety of being a performer. Yeah. Yes. This song, I'm gonna yell again. This song's about having bad intentions to yourself. It's called Bad Intentions, and being like in survival mode, and how like I think that sometimes I'm making good choices for myself, but I'm doing the exact opposite. Like I've been getting Snapchat memories of this month, and I'm in such a different place, so much happier. But like 2 years ago, I was in New Mexico, like just walking around the woods in the middle of the night for like 10 hours looking for owls. And then last year, I was like in full Tyvek suit, like mask, chipping lead paint off of buildings. And now I'm here, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this is Bad Intentions. This was after the owl journey. I wrote the song.
Everything he doesn't hold a gun against my head. In fact, I pulled one on my own instead, putting bullets in the barrel. I looked to him and then I said, I'm not counting for the money, I'm not putting up a fight. Take my memories and my glasses, yeah, I've got nothing inside. You could take my love, my guilt away, I built nothing anyways. If for all that day with enemies, I promise not to pay. Cause we shoot for good intentions, I just don't aim them at myself. Walking backwards with my blindfold on, put my heart up on the shelf. Checked the agenda, words and code they say. It's all about the fly, manipulate, repress the memories, get me through the night.
is keeping me authentic, just a closed off thief that identifies with a certain hallucinogenic. Life's a bear walking through my woods, and I'm always on the run. Oh, what have I become? Oh, what have I become? Survival mode has me living fast. Never been the daring type, so I'll bet it on my past. Got a very quiet history, so I'll always be the mystery. Got my dollar back for looking at some things I shouldn't see. 'Cause I know I got enough for the money, I'm not putting up a fight. Take my memories and my glasses, yeah, I've got nothing inside. You could take all of my guilt away, I built nothing anyways. If we're all that day with enemies, I promise not to pay. 'Cause we shoot for good intentions, I just don't even at myself. Walking backwards with my blindfold on, put my heart up on the shelf. Check the agenda, words and gold they say. It's all about the flight, manipulate, repress the memories, get me through the having us.
Don't want to relax. That's right.
And Natalie, how can the folks find you?
Little Saints music, probably everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
And in the lobby, if you would like the hard
I
copy.
got business cards. There's QR codes. Make it easy.
Look at you. QR codes. I'm so proud of you.
Learn from the best.
Dig it. Sorry, let me tell you. All right, one last little tune.
While Rosanne tunes, I would just like to remind everybody that May, whatever the last Wednesday is of May, will be our next Lena Go Round, and that will be our last one for the summer. We're going to take the summer off and come back full strength in September. So please consider coming back next month. We have another fantastic lineup. We've got Reese Fulmer, we've got Kate O'Donnell, we've got Seth Warden, and Jimmy Woodall from Dark Honey. So it's going to be a really fantastic show, and I hope that you all can come and attend. And also, please give a nice big round of applause to your volunteers here tonight. Make sure you take good care of them. We couldn't do these shows without them, so thank you so much.
Let's try that. Natalie, listening to what you were sharing before you played, just traveling made me think of an expression that I love, and I think it comes from a philosopher named Judith Butler, who kind of coined the expression "we travel," and associated that with our experience of ourselves. It could be gender, our emotions, psychology. We, sometimes maybe we believe that we are kind of configured in a rigid way, and there's not a lot of flexibility once we kind of establish who we are in the world, with each other, on our path. But I've always been really deeply affected by that. We travel, meaning things shift for us, and the experience we have of ourselves changes sometimes, of course, moment to moment, day to day, month to month. And I was really struck thinking about how we are all traveling in these different ways all the time, but we also travel together in such close proximity. And we, no matter how our travels may differ or change or shift, we kind of are tethered to each other, and we create these connections, and we find ourselves landing together sometimes like we are here tonight. And that always feels like a really magical, special
thing that continues to inform your life as you travel forward. So, Joe, thank you. I love you. Joel, Sarah, Erin, my deepest thanks to you for tonight. Sydney, Natalie, I love you. And thank you all so much. So,
Rosanne Raneri, everybody.
this is an old chestnut. But I'm inspired to play it tonight. Again, this was it connected to the cafe. This was written for a wonderful friend that I met here years ago. And in a way, it's about traveling and how we find ourselves in these moments together. This is called China.
I'm hypnotized by the light reflected off the pots and pans in the drying rack. We're only 2 weeks back. You say you only got one good picture of the two of us, with our hats off, laughing on some well-worn trail. You've already fixed the plumbing. I cleaned my maps off the attic stairs. You put marigolds around the porch outside, and now that flower bed will be a safety net for white paint peeling back. And I'd never have believed there's a town in France with my name. I'll probably move back to Jersey when my grandma's china is sold. I hold it close on the subway so the teacups do not roll. Someone asks me for history, but old and beautiful is all I know. I'm hypnotized by the light reflected off the gilded edge of a saucer rim, and I can't begin. You say you only got one good picture of the hillside where we walked at dusk. Its name means sweetest hour. But I feel hours passing slowly. I found the postcards that we never sent. Flip through the pages of our language guide. There's a corner turned over, bonjour, hello, au revoir, goodbye. And I'd never have believed that this last embrace was harder still. Each knows the other's hurting. We've had practice saying so, but I don't mind admitting that I have regretted laying low. 'Cause worn out sheets full of china and this sorry face is all I've got to show. And don't say I have always approved of the way things pass by me. Don't say I have just gotten used to the blur of life on the roadside. Don't say I am no longer aware of the ways you try to help me. I'm packing dishes in this box. Instead of staring, could you hand me that last plate? I'm hypnotized by the light reflected off those pots and pans in the drying rack. we're only 2 weeks back. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm sad this is over. Guys, one more round of applause. Sydney Worthley. Woo! Natalie Santini.
Yeah.
And my new roommate, Rosanne Raneri.
Thank you.
I'm Erin Harkes. Erin! Thank you. Ow! I'm going to be here for a show on July 12th. So I hope that you will join me for an original show here July 12th, if you are so inclined. Otherwise, we'll see you real soon, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
That's right. Take good care.
Thank you.